You gotta hand it to me. That was funny.
How did we ever date?
Welcome to MojoPlays. Today, we're looking at 10 hidden secrets in Gotham Knights.
Why bother killing him then? It's not like he would have been a threat to you. What was it really about?
Did you catch all these Easter eggs?
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Supergirl and the Birds of Prey.
Another girl's always a good thing. I can't argue with that. Too bad I don't trust your family.
It can be tedious to play any video game that likes to send you a deluge of fictional emails, but the email accounts of Gotham Knights heroes are full of additional Easter eggs and hidden bits of information. In Barbara's account, you can find an email conversation between her, Kara Danvers, and Dinah Lance, aka Supergirl and Black Canary.
Hang on.
They're talking about going to Montreal, which is itself a nod to the developer WB Games Montreal on a road trip. Black Canary, however, is arguing with Supergirl about whether Supergirl should just fly them up there on her back. She refuses, but incidentally, we've seen Kara do exactly that in many comics and cartoons.
Wow, this is incredible. I know, it's my favorite part.
Frequencies. The Arkham series recreated every single one of Gotham's most iconic landmarks at least once, with many of them being rebuilt for the main city by the time we reached Arkham Knight. But Gotham Knights isn't set in the Arkhamverse, and so had free reign to yet again bring those locations to life, including Arkham Asylum itself, which wasn't touched by any of the subsequent Arkham games. And when you're in Arkham Asylum, though it's far smaller than the one from the 2009 game, you'll be treated to a puzzle where you have to match frequencies on a computer screen. We think this is a clear nod to the cryptographic sequencer puzzles, which still didn't have passwords in Arkham Asylum. Wonder Woman.
I'm not up to anything, I just need to ask you, as a friend, are you okay?
There are lots of small Easter eggs in the Belfry itself, including this prominent tote bag featuring Wonder Woman's logo.
Yeah, so am I. After everything.
Does this mean Diana Prince has sold out her superhero image to cash in on some merchandising? We don't know, but Diana does also send the Bat Fam some emails offering a shoulder to cry on should any of them need it. She's also slated to appear in Rocksteady's upcoming Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and a standalone Wonder Woman game has been announced, though we know almost nothing about it yet. Also in the Belfry is yet another reference to Black Canary, who has a poster up.
Ollie couldn't handle two of us. He'd like to think he could.
Barbara's back.
You got the Horror Classics expansion pack.
How could I turn down scares and beats?
Fans of the Arkham games and major comics who don't necessarily keep up to date with current Batman outings may not know that Barbara Gordon has returned as Batgirl. This is all thanks to experimental surgery, a change DC decided to make for the New 52 back in 2011. In Gotham Knights, advanced technology and surgery have allowed Barbara to walk again, and, crucially, to patrol Gotham's streets and fight crime.
I guess your time in Gotham has finally come to an end.
Some form of the Killing Joke apparently did happen, but the Joker is rarely mentioned in-game, so it's not clear if he was still responsible for her injury. But you can see her wearing a high-tech back brace when she's in the Belfry, a nod to the fact that Barbara Gordon remains one of the most prominent disabled characters in comic book history.
Why bother killing him then? It's not like he would have been a threat to you. What was it really about?
Ingram D. Wade.
In order to hurt me, you would have to break free from the predicament you currently find yourself in.
A year ahead of the game's actual release date, back before it had been delayed even more times, a media kit was sent out to notable members of the press. It included a masquerade invitation and a Court of Owls mask, but also a small sample of Gotham's famous newspaper, the Gotham Gazette. While the front page was taken up with the shocking news that Bruce Wayne was dead, the back half was full of hidden references. This included a particularly angry letter to the editor about the paper's shoddy riddles and puzzles, signed by none other than Ingram D. Wade, an anagram for Edward Nygma, the Riddler.
One press cache, and you ignorant buffoons will be all over the walls.
There's also a classified ad for the SK Animal Shelter offering to pay volunteers in goods, obviously something to do with Selina Kyle.
If you find her, don't go easy on her.
Scarface.
The freak showed up, kind of took the attention away. Plus, it was clearly an accident.
This one's a little obvious, but if you're rushing through the game and not scanning with AR, you definitely could have missed it. Once your chosen hero infiltrates the GCPD early on, you'll find some Easter eggs in the evidence lockup, including the mob boss puppet Scarface, in the flesh. Or wood.
No, thank you.
As the ventriloquist, Arnold Wesker, isn't there, Scarface poses no threat, but he's still creepy. You can also find some gems apparently stolen by, once again, Catwoman, and the biggest Easter egg of all, the actual bat signal. Again, this is hard to miss since they put it right in front of you, but it's still some good environmental storytelling and shows just how much the GCPD disregards Gotham's vigilantes.
Let's hope that's the last we'll see of Ra's al Ghul.
The Grey Ghost. Another Easter egg WB Games put right in front of you. When you're sent to investigate Kirk Langstrom's lab at the very beginning of the game, you'll see a poster for the Grey Ghost movie over his desk.
Maybe I can enter a code on the thermostat. That's not a Gotham area code. Maybe this phone number isn't just a phone number.
You'll likely remember seeing a similar poster inside the clock tower in Arkham Knight, as Batman has put one up. That's because the Grey Ghost is a fictional character who inspired Bruce Wayne to become a crime-fighting caped crusader, first appearing in Batman the Animated Series.
Those with evil hearts, beware, for out of the darkness comes the Grey Ghost.
Another nod to the character is found in the game's suit customization options, as there's a Chroma Ghost colorway that makes your hero of choice don his gray color scheme.
Fear not, Chief. I think I have the answer.
Vigilante Files.
Langstrom's file didn't say anything about diabetes.
Also found in the GCPD, during the stealth section where you need to get into the morgue to investigate Kirk Langstrom's body, there are various files you can read scattered throughout the bullpen. These files are on each of the 4 knights. They detail what the GCPD knows about the heroes, which is very little, and why they haven't yet been able to apprehend them.
You can learn a lot about how a person lived and died from blood.
Dick Grayson is too talented an acrobat for them to catch him, while Red Hood they're concerned about because he's the most dangerous and violent. They also think that every single Robin is the same person, so they're clearly miles away from ever catching the Bat family.
Belfry, the GCPD just clued in that Talia's been here. Better split.
Kate Kane.
This message was automatically triggered when I destroyed the cave and everything it contained. We both know it won't take long for Gotham's criminals to realize the Batman is gone.
You'll discover very early on that not only is Batman dead, but so is Commissioner Gordon. And in his absence, the GCPD has become more ruthless and anti-vigilante. Who's the architect of this change? None other than Commissioner Catherine Kane, better known as Kate Kane, also known as Batwoman in the comics. The Kanes are themselves an important family in Gotham Knights, and it's definitely an interesting change to have Kate be in charge of the GCPD and so dead set against vigilantism.
Is it true you conspired to murder Kirk Langstrom?
Open your eyes! These corrupt cops are conspiring with vigilantes to put me away!
Renee Montoya also appears in Gotham Knights as a quest giver who clashes with Kane and thinks the cops should still work with the Bat family. This is also interesting, considering the pair are usually a couple in the comics.
Working with vigilantes, Detective. Catherine will have your badge for this.
Hell of a trade if it puts you away.
The Fifth Knight.
So,
You are a dog. I am the Batman.
More from the Belfry. If you're particularly eagle-eyed, you may have spotted photographs of Dick Grayson with a dog. This dog is, of course, Ace the Bat Hound, though Ace himself is unfortunately absent. There was another Easter egg to Ace in Arkham Knight, as his dog bowl could be found in Wayne Tower. And Ace himself has appeared recently in the DC Universe as well, since he was one of the main characters in DC's League of Super Pets. Though, for whatever reason, they changed his dog breed and gave him superpowers.
Good boy. Okay, the Batman loves you too.
But it's still nice to see tribute paid to Ace in Gotham Knights, though it seems he's already lived out his natural life before the game begins.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, there's more where that came from.